What's up, y'all? It's Ice McGowan, and welcome back to another episode of Raised by Wolves. Today, your boy is back. It's been a couple weeks. I know I was like, I might answer your questions and all of that. I didn't. Netflix is a joke. The prep, the week of, the day before, the day of, the day after, all of that stuff. It was just a lot. It was just a lot, and I am trying to work smarter and not harder. I'm trying to blend both. I want to work hard, but I also want to work smart because I worked super hard and it didn't go how I wanted it to go. So now I'm trying to work smarter, but like trying to find that middle ground, and I haven't quite found it. So I say all that to say I just was like, hey, I'm gonna set everything. I didn't even post like I wanted to post. I didn't do Raised by Wolves. I know I was like, oh, I'm gonna answer your questions, and I really didn't answer any questions. I didn't post since that last post a couple weeks ago. Bars. And I was just like, I want to give this my undivided attention. And I'm be honest with y'all, I'm still having, not issues is the wrong words. I'm still contemplating how I want this second chapter to go. I feel like I laid that foundation. That was chapter one. You got to know me a little bit. You got to know my journey as a dad. And there was a lot of stuff happening. And I think that was only up to 2014, maybe 20. No, it was 2014. I don't think we went past that. I don't even think we made it to 2014, really. We did and we didn't. We did because we talked about the Christmas and stuff when I was living with my mom. So 2014 was where this story ended. And not saying a lot of crazy stuff happened during that time from 2014 to 2020. It was stuff that happened, but I don't think it was on the same level, which is good. You don't want a whole life of drama, and you don't want to. And I was thinking about this too. I was just like, I don't want to be. And then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened. It's just like, golly, so your whole life was just a bunch of series of unfortunate events. And yes and no. I wouldn't say all of it was unfortunate, but it was a lot of crazy stuff going on. But it chilled out for a couple different reasons. His mom found some type of stability, I guess, if you want to say that, for a little bit, and then she took him to Vegas for a little bit for like 6 months, which was crazy. Um, I had knee surgery. It's a lot. It's a lot, and I'll talk about that next week, or maybe not. Maybe the week after that. I need to formulate. I need to structure it. I really want chapter two to feel like it has some type of order and series. That's what I want. It's gonna be chapters. I think chapter one was that, but this is a break. I'm gonna have a break where I kind of talk about different things. I think that's what I want to do for sure. Is between each chapter I want just like a breather. I feel like one, it gives me time to promote because I want more views. I feel like that foundation that I set needs more love, and I'm appreciative of everybody who's watched the show, the podcast so far. But I do want to spend more time, um, pumping up those episodes and pushing those episodes. So I don't want to be super far ahead where people are just like, all right, like I'm gonna just start here. Like, no, you gotta get the foundation. I know that it's gonna come to where like everybody is gonna be on it, and then I'm gonna blow up, and they're like, well, I need to start over, and I'm gonna start getting all of that residual traffic from that. I know that's the thing, but I do feel like there's still more. There's still more meat on this bone that I need to eat, for lack of better words. So I'm gonna have breaks in between chapters where I just shoot the shit, where I just kind of talk about either myself more or Icy more or both of us or it's just other things. And I also too I know a ongoing thing that people have been asking for is like, can you put the people that you're talking about on the podcast? And yes, I will. I think may that might be just all what chapter two is. That might just be like talking to the people that I'm talking about now. Spoiler alert: I won't have the women on there that I talked about, just because multiple reasons, but mainly just because I don't have that type of relationship with them. I know one or two of them. One of them will be cool to come on. I know one, one of the requests is to get Icy's mom on here and kind of talk to her about that, but we're not in the same state. We haven't been in the same state for a little over 6 years now. Um, More than actually 6 years, but definitely for sure 6 years. And it'd just be tough to coordinate that. Maybe we get to start making money off of this podcast. We can kind of talk about it because I don't want to do a phone thing. She's a very elusive person. I would, if that ever happens. So don't hold your breath. I guess that first and foremost, don't hold your breath about a mom and dad episode. That'll be like something way, way down the line. Maybe a Patreon type of situation or something. Cause also too, that'll probably be my no, I saw her around Christmas. I saw her around Christmas. I dropped Icy off at her house um around Christmas. So I saw her briefly. I said what's up. So I think because she was well, it wasn't her house. She had an Airbnb in Arizona, and I dropped him off over there. So never mind. I have seen her recently, but I see her maybe 2 3 times a year, if that. But coordinating the podcast and even maybe even getting her on camera to even talk about stuff and it being civilized is also and not saying we be cussing each other out, but I think that like I think is it'll be a lot. I don't think I say this. I wouldn't want the podcast to be the first time we have conversations about stuff. I don't think that's fair to her. To because there's some stuff that I would ask and some stuff that I would talk about, and I don't want that to be the first time that we talk about these things, and I don't want that being recorded and put out for him Icy to see and his friends and my family and her family. I think that like multiple conversations would have to happen and then we can get to that. So that's some work that needs to be done. I just don't I do my best if you guys haven't realized it. I do my best to one hold myself accountable and talk about the role that I played. I like when me and homegirl who pieced out on me. I talked about the role that I played in that. I talked about the role I played with girlfriends in the past, and that I wasn't the best or I wasn't mature enough to have certain things or talk about certain conversations. So I always first and foremost try to hold myself accountable, but second, I never want this podcast to be the baby mama bashing podcast because that's not what it's for. But a lot of the adversity that I've come across with being a dad, not a lot, but some of the adversity that I've come across being a dad and the trials and tribulations that I've experienced have been because of her. And I'm going to tell the story straight as I can without bashing her too much. But I got to be honest. Like, I got to be honest about what happened. And I think that I am also happy that both of for the most part the women that I mentioned in this podcast outside of his mother have reached out to me about it and was just like, hey, you've been pretty factual for the most part. I think uh the only fact checking thing that I saw on there is somebody from the previous episode. She was like, I didn't lose. I won that fight. So that was the only one. And I would I okay. I think how I remember the fight, it was if I think I did say that though. I think I did say if the fight would have prolonged, she would have won just based off of her size. And not that she was a big woman, but she worked out, she was in shape, and she all of that stuff. So whatever, whatever. I did cut this. I did cut this, but it was for y'all benefit because I was rambling and it didn't mean anything. I didn't know where I was going. I want to be off the dome, but somewhat focused. So Netflix is a joke. The festival was fun. It was a good time. It was good to get that stamp. I think all of the hard work that Keenan and I have put in, it was great. And I said this during the show, and I probably said this the last episode. Is just like there were times where we did the show and there was only 3 people there. It was times where we sold tickets for free and we still couldn't get people at the show. Then we got some consistency with the free show. Then we started charging $10 and now we're charging $20. And for us to still sell out while upping the prices is great. But I think that the people who's been there have from the free shows have been like, yo, I'm glad that you're charging, which is great. It's great that we have that dedicated community fan base. I don't feel like I don't even want to use that word because we got a community of people that rock with us, and then all of the new people that don't even know the show was free at one point. I don't know that the tickets were $10, but to have the OG people still rock with us, and the show was free, but Netflix paid us out. Which was cool. That was cool to do too. That was cool that Netflix did that, and just to get that stamp was cool. Um, I don't know what will come of that. There were some industry there, which was dope to have industry there. More industry, I'm sure will come. But it was just a fun night, man. I think all in all, whether something comes of that or not, it was just cool that the crowd was really fun. The energy was great. They got on my ass. They got on me pretty bad because I was bringing up some stuff about myself that they was just like, "Bro, are you for real? Like, really?" I mean, one of the things I was talking about my Dodge Dart that I got 320,000 miles on that my son don't want. So the crowd and Keenan was getting on me about that. We had 4 great comedians telling amazing stories, and all 4 stories were like they were so different. They were so different and they were so dope. I mean, we had somebody talking about a young lady who was talking about a micro penis, and then another lady who was a lesbian was talking about when she wasn't a lesbian, how she became a lesbian. And we had another guy that was talking about crazy stuff with his baby moms, and and then we had somebody closing the show out talking about when they got it on with a small person. Like it was so funny, and I think that really encapsulated what the show was about. It was like you can get a dark story, you can get a silly story, you can get a silly dark story, you can get like it really exemplified what this show was about or is about, and I couldn't have asked for a better show on a night like that. And the crowd was great because we've had shows where the comedians were amazing and the crowd just wasn't feeling it, and maybe we just didn't do our job in the beginning to set the show up, or maybe we did and the crowd just sucked. Sometimes I think the thing as a comedian, we try to, I mean, depending on what kind of comedian you are, but the comedians that I like and the comedians that I, you know, are around, that I'm around, they will put it on themselves before they put it on the crowd. But sometimes sometimes the crowd just suck. Sometimes the crowds just suck, and I am happy that they did not decide to suck that night. That's just a wild statement, but I'm glad. I'm glad that everybody just came to have a good time, and nobody embarrassed us in front of company. Nobody embarrassed us in front of company, and it was a good night. People asked great questions. I am, man, super thankful. Super thankful. Our next show is June 13th. I think it is. Is the next show? I think. But yeah, it is. So tickets are, look up Bonfire Stories. I don't think I'll put the tickets in the bio. I don't think this page can. I don't think I have enough like subscribers or something. Something I gotta do to be able to put links in there. Cause I tried to link uh something in a couple episodes ago and it didn't let me. But I am super parched, by the way. I don't know why. As you can see, man. I got the scruff going. I almost got the Charlene, the Charlene face, the Anthony Hamilton. I almost got that. Old as that man is, that stuff never connected, and I had the same thing. I had the patch. I wanted a beard. And this isn't like like 21-year-old me. This is like 28, 29-year-old me wanted a beard so bad, and it just never came. Like there was a part of a time that I look rough. There was a part of time where this was super thick, the patches was super thick, and it never connected. I had a goatee going. It looked rough. It looked rough. Like I am a very good looking man. Like I've never been short on confidence. Even when I look like that, I wasn't short on confidence. But I can agree I did not look my best. Even when I shaved it, I still had a thick mustache and I still had a little goatee, and that was like clean cut me. And I still don't look as good as I do with it like low and cut and stuff. And I remember when I got rid of like because it came down like this is actually the longest my facial hair go, but usually I'll cut this side. I'll shave this and then I'll make this like really stubble, not stubble, but really short like it is now. And when I did that, so many people was just like, "Bro, don't ever go back to the thick mustache goatee. Like, don't you ever." And I got a gazillion videos on here. You can see it from maybe I think it was 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Actually, if you look up Ice McGowan Bonfire Stories, you can see. I think that's what I was putting in the link the with the crazy time that I had. I think that's might have been the link of the House from Hell, but you can see that that's like the clean shaven me, and I won't even go back to that. I look younger, like it just looked good. And now that I'm losing weight, I'm getting my jawline back. It's I might as well should have just actually, I actually had the chest out at Bonfire Stories 2. Had on probably one of my favorite outfits. Um had on a weighted vest from a company that I won't promote because they not paying me. Uh but yeah, I am glad that I got the facial hair all figured out. But I'm on the scruffier side today, but I didn't want to keep kicking the can down the road. I wanted to make sure that I did post something today. It is a little bit later than I wanted it to be, but I wanted it out. I wanted to get the ball back rolling. Wednesday we'll answer some questions or something. I don't know. I do want to take not a break from doing this, but I'm gonna take a break from the structure, and I just want some time to figure out what the next chapter looks like. And I mean, like I said, I'm gonna Icy's only been here 16 and a half years. So at some point of me dropping 2 episodes a week, I'm gonna catch up. I'll probably catch up this year. I mean, that's almost 50. I mean, started and stopped, so we'll roughly have anywhere from 60 episodes. Like if I do 30, 52 weeks, like 30 twice a week, so 60 episodes, like if that. So I'm gonna go on tour. I'm gonna do multiple things to where the story is just gonna get caught up. And I don't wanna stop completely. I do want to get to a space because we're 20 minutes in, roughly 18 to 20 minutes in. Based on YouTube, you guys have been most of the people watching or listening have been gone 12 minutes ago. It's just funny looking at the YouTube and it's just like 8 minutes and then there's a drop off. And I don't know what I'm doing to y'all at the 7 to 8 minute mark where y'all like, all right, we're done with this guy. And so for you guys that's still here, I guess we can have a chat. But I do want to get it to the point where I keep y'all attention the entire time. I haven't even looked at the analytics to see if me being more hype and more energized throughout the episode has helped, or me being off the dome has helped. I've gotten some good feedback from people like in person or people that texted me, but I haven't seen what's the analytics, the facts over feelings. What's that? And I think it's a mixture of both. I think I want to keep dedicating myself to the people who are listening all the way through. But if slower talking ice or story driven ice was doing better than energetic off the dome ice, I don't know. You might have to be like, so this will happen. I'm not saying that I was like dry, clear eye. Like I wasn't that, but I know that there's just been a different pace and a different energy to it. But I'll go back and look at the analytics. But also too, I just got to get more consistent. consistency or lack thereof has been stifling my success. And I wrote about that last week on the gram. And I was like, we're gonna do videos every day, and I am gonna get to that. But I just had to get Netflix as a joke out the way. I think I I think I underestimated how much it tired me out, and I just got a stat from a good friend of mine that it takes 3 days to catch up on uh like one missed day of sleep, and I missed a lot of days. So I think I'm at 9 days worth of sleep that I got to catch up on. But I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna get this together before the summer really hit. I'm gonna get my body and my mind about to be super straight. Um, and I'm not gonna cut this because I do feel like it is rambly, but it's all right. It's cool. As far as dad stuff, my son wasn't able to make Netflix as a joke because he had the state meet. He had his state track meet, which I'm super proud of him. He didn't because I mean it's a gauntlet out here, and he just didn't have the season that all of us thought he would have, which is something that we'll talk about later on. But I didn't blame him. This wasn't this season, even last season when he didn't want to do what he perform how he wanted to. It wasn't his fault. Last season wasn't his fault, and it was at the same time, but we'll talk about that another day. Um, we'll talk. I think I can do 3 or 4 episodes just off of sports alone. But one thing that I did want to talk about that was sports related, and I'm super proud of my son, is he ran the 4x4 and he was the anchor leg on the 4x4. And my son hasn't really ran the 4x4. He can, but he hasn't. He hasn't been on the 4x4 really all year. Um, He's a sprinter. He does the 1 and the 2. That's like his thing. He does a 4x1. State leading 4x1. They got second overall, but some other stuff transpired that kept him from being number one. But the I don't. I let me. I'll stop. I will. We'll be here 100 hours if I start talking about that. So let me just lock in on the one part that I wanted to make. Icy wasn't planning on running a 4x4. Two of the people, the young guys that were supposed to do the 4x4, one had a hamstring injury, the other one had a foot injury, and with less than 15 minutes notice, which if you need at least 45 minutes to warm up doing anything track, and it's just that, which is a crazy thing about track, is like some people literally train, not some people, all track people, you train for years and years and years for seconds. For seconds. Like that's crazy. Even if you run the 3200, which is 2 miles, like you're still running for minutes. You're not running for hours. You're running for what's that? A good mile maybe is 9. A good 2 mile is maybe 9 minutes. Like that's probably a crazy 3200 time is 9 minutes, but like because that's what, a 4 and a 4 and a half. So a 4.5 mile pace, 4 minutes and 30-second mile pace. Like I don't know 3,200 times. So if that's slow or fast, I'm just going off the dome. I'm a sprinter, jumper. We don't care about distance. After it gets past 400 meters, it's like 800 will show you a little love here and there because sometimes y'all come down and help us out on the 4x4. But other than that, y'all, we don't really care about y'all. Uh, y'all not selling the tickets. We the one. Ain't nobody come to see y'all 800 meters. We the one selling the records. But for my son to run the 4x4 on 15 minutes notice, and he didn't bat an eye, he didn't complain, he didn't run and hide in the woods like a lot of sprinters, 100 and 200 meter guys do when they have to get called by the 4x4. He ponied up and he ran, and anchor at that with with on short notice to hold it down for his team the way that he did. I'm super proud of him. So getting that news at the end of Netflix is a joke was super dope. They missed making finals by a hundredth, 600ths of a second. If I have my places right, which is it's tough. It's tough, and he was He was kinda upset about it because he wanted to make finals for the 2 guys so they can run. They didn't have it in them that night because they were just their bodies were so torched. So he wanted to make it for them so they had a chance to compete in the finals, and he didn't and they didn't make it. One of the guys is a senior, the other is a junior, and he was just, he apologized to him like, "Bro, I'm sorry, like, I couldn't bring it home." But they got to run it back. They made it to the finals in the 4x1. They should have won state, but they missed it by a spot. They got second, and you just see him at the podium like you. It's crazy too that like they're on the podium and like his teammate had to get carted off because he was in such bad shape, and you can see them on the podium like with their medals, and they're literally like holding him up, and that's just shout out to Rob for being a warrior and stuff, and shout out to their whole team, Jaden and Josiah and well, that's everybody, and then Icy, but they, I'm proud of them. I'm proud of him. We didn't he didn't go to state for any of the open events because it's top 16. He wasn't in the top 16. He just didn't run the times. Um, But then that's a story, another story for another day. But I'm super proud of my son. It sucks that I couldn't be there for him. And because of my job and the stuff that I'm doing and a lot of sacrifices that I've made, I've missed out on stuff. And it sucks and it hurts. And I want to be there. And I hate missing the stuff, but I missed more than I like to miss, which is also a driving factor for me to like, I gotta I gotta get popping. Mm, I got to start making more money off of this. And this is a whole rant that I talk to with the people that I love and I care about. So I'll save you guys for that rant. But y'all help a brother out, man. I'm giving y'all the content. I'm giving y'all the talent. I'm showing y'all that I'm talented. When I get on when this tour come, y'all better bring y'all asses. Stand up comedy tour, bonfire stories. When we go on tour, y'all better do that. Y'all better support the podcast. I'm asking, but telling y'all at the same time because I mean, I'll probably be working. Spoiler alert. That's the only way I can afford something like this is I still have a 9 to 5. I can't tell y'all what the 9 to 5 is because I don't want y'all pulling up on me. Not that y'all would. I'm not that level of famous, and when I will, I won't have a 9 to 5, or unless I'm one of those famous broke people. But that's just awful. Um, and what J Cole say? Well, he got it from Jay Z. He's like F the fame and the fortune. Well, really not the fortune. But that's some of y'all didn't know that J. Cole got that from Jay Z. um, I don't. I want the fame only because of the influence that it comes with. I want the fortune because I'll be able to do stuff for my son. But I did. I have done something really crazy. It ain't happened yet, but I'm in the final stages of doing it. I'm about to spend an egregious amount of money on my child for something that's gonna benefit him, but I'm still driving the dart with 320,000 miles on it. I still work a 9 to 5 job. I've made really good investments in the past and had a business in the past that gave me, I think it was like 8 months that I didn't have to work. I didn't have to do nothing. I just locked in on being a great dad, just doing the day to day dad things, and that was dope. But I wasn't. I was able to monetize my YouTube, so I have been able to make money off of YouTube, but just not the crazy amount. But super parched, probably because I'm yapping. Um, this is more about me than actually my son, but I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. So I think him being a sophomore, most of his freshman year, like most of the time that I took off, and I was able to just take him to school, pick him up from school, go to all his practices and stuff. I was like a really like day like second by second dad, not to where like I was a helicopter dad or anything like that, but I was there, and to go back, I was like, all right, the whale, the whale that I was able to like I was able to work go not 10 months, 10 months. Yeah, yeah. So it was August to July, August of 24 to July of 25. I didn't. I purposely, voluntarily, did not work, and then I was just like, you know what, I need to work. I don't know if this cut gonna seem weird or not because I can't remember, but just so you know, I went on like a 20-minute rant. Well, not rant, a story about just something that transpired in my life, and I don't think I can tell that yet because for whatever reason. I'm sorry. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna drop it at some point. I'll drop it when I make more money because it's gonna impede on money that's coming now if I tell it now. So I'll leave that alone. And I don't want to. I don't think it will, but I just want to be safe. I just want to be safe and not mess. I'm not saying nothing that's cancel worthy. I just want to put that out there. I'm not disrespecting a group of people or anything like that. But I think it's a little bit too early to talk about that, and I don't want to implicate myself. So I'll leave that. But I'm it's gonna drop at some point. I promise. Once the money start rolling in, I'll drop that. Um, but long story short, support my stuff. Support my stuff. I did take some. I think I can tell that I took some time off. I took like 10 months off. But now being back working, I just don't have the time that I used to have, and I want it back. I want that time back, and I don't know if I used that time that I had the right way, but that was like my first time, a second time technically, but this was my first time having time like that to be like a second to second dad. Because I don't want to say full time dad because I'm full time dad now, but just like being able to go to every practice, like all of the stuff that I did, I think for me, long story short, I just need y'all to support. Long story short, I just need y'all to support so I can put asses in seats. I can get money off of social media. But I've been giving so much stuff for free over the past decade that like I just wanted to start coming back so I can be go back to being a second to second dad because he got 2 more years and he's gone. Yeah, he got and he's not gonna he's not he's not dying or nothing like that, and he's not going to school in Antarctica. Like, he might go to USC and be right here with me. He might go to UCLA and be right here with me. He might go to U of A, which is not too far. I go to ASU. He might go up to Oregon. He might go all the way to Michigan. But like, this month, I ain't got much time with him, man. So I think I'm gonna keep working hard to get the revenue, so I don't have to have a 9 to 5, and I'll have the time. And I mean, his sophomore year is coming to a close in a week. I'm probably gonna be working. I mean, he go to school year round, so he's not gonna. It's not like I'm like by his junior year, I'm gonna be making like hopefully at some point midway through his junior year, I'm bringing in enough revenue so I don't have to work. And if not, like if I could just his senior year, if I ain't got to work, that'd be great. Like, but I'm gonna do the work so I don't have to work. Cause somebody said some an answer I always say when people ask me like, "What would you do if you run in the lottery or if you came into wealth?" Sleep, sleep. I would get sleep. These bags will still be here because they're hereditary, but I'm gonna get sleep and I'm gonna just spend more time with my son. Because not me having a realization mid podcast that he ain't gonna be with me too much longer. But I feel like I said that before. But I got a little over what 730 days with him. Look at that, quick maths. Um, Then he's his own man. I might just be a phone call and some Zales away. Hey dad. So I just need to work harder so that can come. But I do need the support. That'll be great. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that this dude got a pretty dope podcast and he's pretty funny. Um, because I do want to be there. That was super dope being there and being present with him and just even something as simple as being able to take him to school and pick him up. Some days I'm like, bro, I'm tired. Your ass gonna hop on that bus because I've been streaming to about 4 in the morning and I'm not about to get up at 6 to take you to school. So some days he was definitely taking that bus, but some days I was able to take him to school. And some days I was able to just, I know I keep saying it, but just sitting there and watching practice and talk to him after the practice, and that was dope. And I think that's the motivating factor. That and having a 9 to 5, I think just rewiring my brain to go back to work was tough. And just having a boss, I guess. I hate the word boss. I don't like when people call me boss. Even when like people like because I have a team of people that I'm in charge of, but I also have to report to somebody, and I'm not a fan of that, especially coming from having my own business. Um, but yeah, I don't even know how did we get here, how we here now. I am really bummed that I don't get to share that story with you guys right now, but I will. I promise. I think that's all I wanted. I think that's all I wanted. I wanted to check in and show y'all that and tell y'all like we still rocking, we still rolling. I'm gonna be pumping these past couple episodes, all of the foundation episodes. That's what this is. Chapter one, the foundation. I think we'll figure out what chapter two is, but in the meantime, I'm gonna just answer questions. Because people did send me stuff, I just didn't get time to get around to it. So to kind of make kind of talk about what the next couple episodes will be. I'll talk about more so what I see with sports. I'll talk about him dating. I'll talk about um I'm just gonna run off the list of stuff that like I would want to talk about. Co-parenting, advice that I got as a parent, generational curses, traumas, what bonding look like with him, what does it look like now? Uh Talk about the people that I've had, come help me in my support system. I got some crazy stories. I'll save that for next time. I do have some wild stories. But yeah, if y'all got any questions, I don't know what about this that I could have even brought a question up. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I don't know. And I apologize, but I at least wanted to get some words on the mic. I wanted y'all to hear my voice and see this. Part of me wants to even shoot another episode right after this to kind of talk about these things. 'Cause I feel like I didn't say enough here. Maybe, maybe we'll see. But I think, damn, I'm Ice McGowan. It's Raised by Wolves.